father and my mother, nobody was really into cars. I was kind of like the odd duck. Just stuck at an early age. Now it's just a lifetime of pain. I'm Nick Parsons. I'm from Cape Breton, Nova Scotia, actually, and I drive a 1999 Toyota Aristo. Honestly, I started as a really young child, just like an addiction to Hot Wheels and Fast and Furious movies, just like real cliche stuff. This is the main hobby I choose to spend my spare time on, you know, spend the spare dollars on. I don't know, it's something I've always stuck to, and it's like part of who I am. So it's hard for me to like let go, even though if, you know, there's not a lot of like car scene around here, it's not a super big population, but it's just something that I've always like felt I needed to have, just to like kind of like express my personality more. I don't want to just be, you know, the boring guy that goes to their 8 to 5 in a minivan. So this is just my mental picture for what I like in vehicles, you know, portrayed in person. And it seems dramatic when like I say it out loud, like hundreds of hours, right? And people look at it and they're like, oh, what did you do? Just wheels and bags? And I'm like, well, there was nothing left of the interior besides the dash and the carpet, of just like managing wires and deleting all these silly accessories from Japan and rebuilding all 4 wheels to specifically fit this car, and making the brakes fit behind the wheels, and running air lines, and deleting rear steering, and deleting the wiring harnesses for this and that, and painstakingly picking out what aero pieces I want and what fits the car, and then not only what I did, but like what Andrew Sloat did with the bodywork and the paint. I'm like, there actually is hundreds of hours into this thing. Like, it's crazy to think about like how much effort it takes to finalize a project like that. So I just want to make like a really easy car to drive, and not like something that's anxiety inducing. You know, you get in it, it's way too low, it's impractical, you're scared to use it. Hence the air ride. I was like, I want to not ruin the car, bang it up after I get all this paint work done. The first 2 years I owned this car, it was a daily, just like a Corolla, and I drove it to work every single day, no matter what the weather. It was super easy to hop into. So when I decided to build it, I was like, I don't want to ruin that comfortability and that just like ease of hopping into. I didn't want to ruin the enjoyment, because sometimes when you go out of your way to make something super low or super pretty, or, you know, make a bunch of power, like you lose the drive to actually want to use it, because you don't want to ruin it. I actually have a bin of like a bunch of my childhood ones, and there's like some Civics and like some Chevy trucks and like Porsches, just like some random stuff. And so far, like, Frank's kind of following that trend. He has a bunch of cool Hot Wheels, but he's definitely a very, very close image to me as a kid. And I don't try to like push that stuff on him, but it's cool. Like whenever he sees, you know, the Hot Wheels in the store, he's like freaks out. He's, oh, race car, and he always wants to see Daddy's car in the garage, even though it's not doing anything, it's just sitting here. But he loves to come in here and see it, and just kind of like peek around and look at it. And he's a super curious kid, and he loves this stuff. So I would love to, like, you know, help him in the future with projects and blah blah blah, and say he's, you know, oh, I want to get into, you know, a 70s like big body, big block car. And I'm like, sure, let's do it, buddy. Like, whatever you're into. Like, I'd love to share any aspect of like this hobby that I can with him, because it's rewarding and it's frustrating, but it, you know, it teaches you a lot. So not everyone can pull off, you know, something like this. Not that it's, you know, this top tier SEMA build, but when you roll down the street, it's certainly like a very uncommon thing to see. So it makes me proud when people are in awe of it, or they're like, oh, you know, looking at this or this in the car, I'm like, oh, fantastic job, or how'd you do this? Like, it makes me feel proud that I have the knowledge and the skill set and the determination to, you know, finish something like this. Not only start a project, but actually like come through and say like, hey, look what I did. Like, I didn't just rip something apart and then it sits derelict in my garage for 10 years, right? Like, you know, to actually have the drive to finish something, and then people look at you and be like, you know, good job, or Abby says that, you know, she's proud of me and she, you know, seen how far the vehicle's come and stuff like that, definitely makes it worth it.